Good afternoon, boys and girls. I am back. The long-awaited return of Rolling Thunder is here. It's been a fucking long time, been a long winter, been a lot of aggro as well. And this little video, well, it's actually going to be my first video of the year. Just going through the ins and outs of what's been going on since we last saw each other, where I'm at personally, where I'm at work-wise, where I'm at money-wise. Right, so where do I begin? I suppose better start from the beginning, from the last video I did, way back whenever that was. Right, the long and short of it is that this thing underneath me had a catastrophic, well, I'd call it a catastrophic engine failure. And what you might think I'm talking about? No, it wasn't the sprag clutch. No, it wasn't the gearbox. No, it wasn't the cylinder head. It was my main engine bearings. One minute I was riding to work, I was riding around the one-way system in Tulse Hill, then all of a sudden there was some real weird knocking noise coming from the front of the bike. I thought, you know, I must be hearing things. Got to work and I could still hear it. So I thought, nah, I'm getting this looked at. So I get one of the guys who works behind my place of business to take a look at it. And lo and behold, I get told, oh, it's nothing, it's all in your head. You know, Ducatis are loud and clunky. They just sound like that all the time. Blah 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 blah. So I was like, no, this ain't the case. Something ain't right. Then I was getting told, oh, you know, you're imagining it. You're going mad. There's nothing wrong with you. Blah 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 blah. Nothing wrong with your bike, stop complaining, just ride it. I then went to another technician who was a supposedly factory trained Ducati technician, to then be told, oh, I can hear something, but until it becomes serious, don't worry about it. So there's me thinking, right, so this guy is saying, one guy's saying one thing, one guy's saying something completely different, which one do I believe? So I then decided to make the decision and to drain the oil. Now, if I've still got the pictures, I'll throw it up in a second. But the oil was full of shards of copper. I mean, not literally full, but there was shards of copper in said oil. And there's me wondering what the fuck that is. So I then, you know, do the usual thing, reach out on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram saying, has anyone come across this before? If so, how do you solve it? Yada yada yada. To which case I got absolutely nothing back until, and this is a very, very big until, I came across a guy called Ducati John, based in Leeds, and I'm going to give him a massive, massive shout out because he helps me out where no one else would. Granted, I had to pay someone to take my bike up to him, but once the bike was there, he had it looked at. It was like, yeah, I know what it is. It's this, this and this. Stripped the engine, got the parts that were required, got them installed, got the engine back together, got the engine back in the bike, which I thought itself was quite a challenge that I wasn't prepared to undertake. So I did the best I could with the time I had, got the old girl stripped down as much as it needed to be, and then shipped it off to Leeds. Now granted, I didn't see the bike for the best part of 4 months, but I was fine with that because it was winter. So the bike went up there in October, got it back in, well, the bike was ready back at the end of January 2019, that is. Sorry, no, February 2019, what am I saying? It wasn't that fucking quick. But I said to him, you know, don't worry, take your time, just get it done as and when you can. You know, it's not imperative that you get it done because I'm not actually riding till spring, summer, whenever we ever get some decent weather, which in the UK is few and far between these days. But anyway, so I was then, you know, really pleased to get the bike back, got her back together, threw the fairings on. What's this twat doing? Moron. So I had the bike back from February, didn't ride it until the beginning of March really. Took it out for a couple of spins, you know, got comfortable with it again. But before I could do all that, I had another issue to sort out, which leads me to another reason why I've not ridden since, well, up until, let's say, March, was because back in February of this year, I got diagnosed with being type 2 diabetic. Now, granted, that may sound like not a lot to some people, but may sound like a bit of a curse to others. But this is where things changed quite a lot for me. Now, 2 years ago, I was really, really heavy. Now, I weighed probably the best part of 22 stone, and at 33 years of age, that's not good, because I had a uncle who was severely overweight for a lot of his life, And yeah, he died relatively young. I think he was like 65, 67, something like that. And he died of a heart attack. Then, a couple of months after that happening, well, say 2 months after happening, I found out that my dad, who is 62, had a stroke. Granted, it was only a minor stroke, but it was still enough to scare the living fuck out of me. So naturally, with that in mind, and also the weight thing and the diabetes, it really scared the living piss out of me. Now there's me thinking, you know, I'm 34 now, I'm going to live forever, yada yada yada. No, that's not quite how it works. So with that, sorry, I'm getting completely away from the point here. So with that, it really opened my eyes to how shit my my diet had been, and my lifestyle as well, to be perfectly frank. So with the help of my my now girlfriend, who I'm not going to mention just because it might embarrass her, well, not say her name anyway. Literally, if it hadn't been for her and the change in fortunes in terms of, you know, just life in general, really, if it hadn't been for her, I think I'd be in a very different situation right now. With that being said, I'm detracting from the whole entire point of this video. So back to the situation with the bike. Got the bike put back together, got it all sorted out and everything else. And like I say, Ducati John did me an absolute fucking turn. Like I couldn't ask for anything better. In the space of 4 months, he had the bike stripped, rebuilt and ready to collect within 4 months, which in some cases, with a lot of other brands in fact, not just necessarily Ducati, but any other specific dealerships, should I say, they would have said, oh no, complete engine rebuild, this needs doing, that needs doing, yada yada yada, it's going to cost you $3,000, you can't have your bike back, sorry mate. But I have to give John a massive shout out when I say this. He could have charged me a fucking fortune to have all the work done that he did. You know, as well as replacing the main engine bearings that had gone funky and the ones that had collapsed. He did the valve clearances and checked the shims and checked the tolerances on like the crankshaft and the piston rings and all sorts. I couldn't really ask for better. Where's all this fucking traffic coming from? But anyway, I keep jotting back and forwards because I keep losing my fucking train of thought here. So yeah, when the bike came back, I invested in some new headlights, which I don't know if you can see. Well, not new headlights, but new headlight bulbs, which I don't know if you can see in the reflection of the car in front of me. Also invested in a new camera, which I will be unveiling fairly soon, once I'm waiting for that all-important item that every motovlogger needs, which is a mic adapter. Now, if that's not a giveaway as to what the camera is, I don't know what is. But I made the decision after a long hard process of elimination and thinking and everything else, whether I should get the 4K drift camera or whether I should get the GoPro or whatever else. In the end, I opted to go with the GoPro Hero 7 Black, which I haven't used yet properly. Like I say, because I'm waiting for that adapter. Because right now, I've got absolutely fuck all audio for it. And what I'm trying to do at the moment is literally just make do with what I've got. And trust me, trying to sync up audio and video from two different cameras is a fucking nightmare. So much so I don't actually want to do it. Which is why I've reverted back to my Ghost S for the next couple of weeks. Well, I'd say for the next couple of weeks. It could be another week, could be another month. It's all dependent on how long GoPro takes to send me the adapter. Once I've got the adapter, naturally, the angle will change. Anyway, back to the video. I must stop digressing. I am back. Yes, it's been a fucking long time coming. Yes, I know a lot of people that follow the Rolling Thunder Facebook page are probably wondering where the fuck I've disappeared to. And granted, I've thought that myself, because let's face it, you know, to make a success out of YouTube, you've got to be on a regular, as they say. And that's what I'm going to try and do from now on. It doesn't matter if I'm going the same way week in, week out, or different routes. Ah, I got a flammy visor. Oh no, it's gone. but I will do my best to try and do more regular videos. This season should be a good season, I think. I'm going to try my best to do more videos with a bit more content. I'm going to try and do stuff with more, you know, more reviews and more entertaining shenanigans. Like, for example, if I go out for a group ride, I'm going to try and record it if I can. I'm going to try and not get stuck behind a fucking coach, which I'm gonna. Fuck my life, as they say in the trade. And now there's a bus coming towards me. Great. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're wondering where we are, this is Streatham Hill. Behave yourself. I love it when bus lanes allow bikes in them, which in all fairness is quite often. Well, near enough all the time. R32 with a roof rack. Yeah, okay mate, whatever you say. Oh, the seat's getting fucking hot. Go. You're not gonna fucking stick with me, bruv, sorry. Anyway guys, I think this is where I'm going to leave you for now. And we shall pick this up another day. So, without further ado, this has been Rolling Thunder, talking absolute bollocks. Catch you on the next one. Bye bye.